Good.
Guys dialed in? It's been 510 days since the smell of Valentinos for me. It's an honor to be here. I tweeted out Friday or Saturday night. It was it's nothing like the smell of popcorn on game day when they're making that popcorn all afternoon. I feel like I'm working at the movie theaters. So anyway, the Phoenix will rise. Nothing torn, nothing broken. So that's good news. We're excited to play. The theme this week is we've been working on all summer is this team's got to play with an edge. So I'm going to be looking this weekend to find 6 players that want to play with an edge. And what does that mean? That means we're going to come out, go point by point, max it out every point. We're not working into games. We're not working into points. We're not taking plays off. So that's going to be a theme that we're looking for this week and this weekend. And again, I'll let B. Ryan explain the schedule, but we've moved this tournament times when we're playing all around because of football and TV and other things. So I really don't even know what time we're playing. I know it's Friday morning sometime. So having said all that, what questions do you have?
Is it a relief to hear Nicklin is nothing torn, nothing broken?
Yeah, it's always really good news. And that was a freak play. I've never seen that before. She got clipped in the air and threw her off, and she came down and just she hasn't gotten hurt in 4 years here, so it was tough deal. But they're young, so they heal fast. So
Is that her foot or her ankle or knee?
it was her ankle. Yeah.
So do you expect to have her on Friday?
No, I don't think she'll play this week. So it's just again, it just matters how fast the swelling gets out, how she can build her strength back up. The good thing is Nicklin doesn't jump that high, so the high flyers, it takes them a little longer sometimes. The DBs get the high ankle springs, it takes them longer than the linemen. So anyway, that's just a side note.
When did you find out about Nicklin? Was it Saturday night or Sunday?
No, not till Sunday morning. But they took her over and x-rayed her and everything, and we knew it wasn't broken Saturday night. That was the big thing they always check for. And Sunday was, we had video Sunday, and so it's all good.
How do you describe the level of relief knowing that she's okay?
Well, I hate to see anybody even, I get upset when they break their, painted fingernails. So you don't ever like to see anybody get hurt, especially her. She's such a warrior, and like I said, I've never seen that happen to her. She's always really in good control, and she'll crash around and stuff, but that was just, I was kind of in shock. And so I'm just glad it's, not worse. Here's the crazy thing for you guys, okay? I like to give you guys crazy stuff. I like to give you guys stuff so it makes your job better, because I want you to win awards, be number 1, 10, 11. Her sister sprained her right ankle Saturday night, too, playing for Pepperdine. You tell me what that's all about. Okay. Maybe there are UFOs. I don't know.
Would Kennedy or start if Nicklin can't play?
I don't know what we're going to do. So we'll see this week. We've got to figure it out. Who's gonna step up or possibly run a 6-2? So we're going to look at that.
What do you look for in each of the position groups to kind of determine who's going to be playing, who's going to earn that playing time? Because you said you're perplexed on what the starting lineup is going to be, so how is that going to shake out?
Well, we've got good numbers for practice. We got numbers from Saturday night, and now I told you the next thing is who's going to have an edge this week. So it's first week of school. School started today. If the freshmen can't handle school and having an edge, then the older players have been through it. They know. So I want to see who has an edge this week going into this weekend.
Have you ever been in this type of position where you have so much talent and competition, especially with the young girls coming up, trying to come up with a lineup?
Probably not like this. Usually you're freshmen, you're just hoping you don't have to play them. Occasionally, there's a freshman that comes in, that's ready to go. But all these guys, and Riley Gray was doing really well too until she hurt her shoulder. So, this group can play. And so it makes for an interesting dynamic. I think it makes our team better, and it's pushing our other players maybe to get a little more out of their comfort zone, which is great. I don't have to do it as much.
Sorry, with everybody talking about the freshmen and how well they played Saturday, do you have to worry about team cohesion between the freshmen and the upperclassmen?
No, this group's really tight. I'll give credit to our older players, especially Kenzie Knuckles and Lexi's son. Both did a fantastic job this summer of pulling these guys together and bringing them into the mix and making them feel comfortable. Those two have the way their personalities are very warm, welcoming, and they've done a great job, and those freshmen feel really comfortable, and they're all tight. We had a team dinner last night, and just being around them, there's just it's a really good vibe, and I give credit to Kenzie and Lexi.
John, you said after the match that Lindsay Krause has dominated at times in practice. What does that picture look like?
Well, she was our leading hitter, and efficiency-wise, blocking-wise, serving-wise, she was our best server for the week. So just a lot of categories she did really well. Now, she didn't do so well Saturday night, but I know how she's wired. She probably didn't sleep very good Saturday night. So she's going to come back, with a vengeance, I think. And she's really focused, determined. I mean, that's how you win 4 state championships. I mean, that's not easy to do. And but anyway, she's played at a really high level.
What impressed you most about Allie Batenhorst?
She moves really well. She's got great vision. She's really coachable. She can do all the skills really well, and she's tall, which helps. Just watch her move. For somebody that's 6'4", she moves really, really well. And she can get low to the floor, so that's is going to allow her to be a good defensive player.
Have you decided on captains yet?
Yes. If you listen to the podcast or the radio, you would know who they are. Well, you got something to do today now.
Which of the hitters would play all around at this point?
Any of them could. Now, some are ahead of others, but all of them have a chance to play all the way around. They're all 6 rotation outside hitters.
Does that make your job easier or harder, given the fact you have 3 good defense specialists?
It makes it hard, and again, it put like I told them, the way we decided, we're going to make a lot of decisions as who's the best servers and best passers. So I want them to know how important that is, because they get caught up like everybody does in how many kills you get. We're going to separate by best passers and servers. So we work hard on it, and we stat it every day, and they get a report every day on what their stats are. So we're trying to, make that a huge priority for us and importance.
You saw Kenzie take a lot.
You don't get NIL deals when you're a great passer, okay? You get 20 kills, 25 kills, 5 kills a game, you get NIL deals.
We saw Kenzie take a couple of swings on the back row. Is that a new wrinkle in the offense, or is that something just with scrimmage?
Kenzie's a great hitter. She can get on it really good. She moves it around. She hits, because she's shorter, she hits it flat, so she's gonna get a lot of tools off the block. It's harder to block because she's smaller. We're seeing if we can develop that as a possibility. I think middle back's a more natural position for her than left back, so that allows her to be able to, we want to have somebody be able to attack out of the back row there. So she's all about it, loves it. And remember, she hit for her whole life, so this is nothing new for her. And she almost touched 10 feet, and she was 9'11" and a half in vertical testing. So she's playing close to our outside hitters height-wise.
I have a 2-part question.
Yeah.
Part 1. How do you know when you have a good player-led team? In other words, the players are the leaders and they put out some of the fires before they ever get to you. And the second part is your most talented teams also often your best player-led teams?
The first part of that is we're in the honeymoon right now. We'll know more. I can answer that better as we get into the grind of the Big Ten and how they handle stress of school playing. But up to this point, it's a great vibe and great team to be around. And again, we have a culture where a lot of those things are taken care of internally before it ever gets to the coaches or we have to deal with it. So part of that's our culture, and our older players understand that culture and have taught the younger players. I'd say probably the best team we've ever had here was 2008, and it was probably the least talented team. So I don't think there's any correlation. The year before that, 2007, was the most talented team we've ever had, and their chemistry, or whatever you want to call it, was awful. And 2008 performed at a higher level. So it's something we're always working on, and again, in our culture, we're constantly talking about that. And
The 08 team was the one that took Penn State to 5 sets.
yeah,
Well, Jordan was on that team.
yeah, Jordan was on that
But
team.
who was the other glue person on that team that helped that team to be an elite, well-led team?
It was Amanda Gates, who was from Columbus, and she ended up playing because we had 2 middles ahead of her get hurt. And she was a huge part of that. And then Corey Cooper, who got hurt, was kind of in the role of holding it all together and encouraging people and keeping it in perspective, like, you know, take advantage of this, let's do it. She had a huge role in that as well. So, yeah, those guys all stepped up in different ways, but Jordan was the key to it.
We have time for one more.
Can I ask a little bit different question? It sounds like there's no restrictions on the amount of attendance capacity, or there's no mandates on masks. How do you hope that fans will handle this situation?
I just know we're going to continue to mask up till the county health tells us things are quieted down. We just found out today, if we have a COVID deal, forfeit, you lose, and gives other teams an easy win. So we got to be careful with that. But just got to trust people who have their best interests, and we want to be as protective as we can. So I don't know. That's not much more I can say about it. I now, we're seeing some people that got vaccinated that are getting COVID, not on our team, but. So we all got to be really careful.
Would you like to see fans, it's strongly suggested that they wear masks indoors. Would you like to see fans mask up?
I don't know. Ask Garth.